بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على رسولنا محمد سيد الأولين والآخرين رسول الله. قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم: ركعتان وركعهما ابن آدم في جوف الليل الآخر خير له من الدنيا وما فيها ولولا أن أشق على أمتي لفرضتهما عليهم. Peygamber sallallahu aleyhi ve sellem buyuruyor ki Adem oğlunun gecenin son bölümün ortasında kıldığı 2 rekat namaz dünya ve içlerinden daha hayırlıdır.
Our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, says that 2 units of prayer performed by the son of Adam in the middle of the latter part of the night are better than the whole world and everything in it.
Eğer bu ümmetime ağır gelmeyecek olsaydı bunu onlara farz kılardım.
And our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, continues to say that if it were not going to be too burdensome for my ummah, I would have made this obligatory for them.
Yani bu namazı, o teheccüd namazını dünyanın hem sırf bu mahallede bütün dünyadan hem içindekilerinden daha hayırlıdır o 2 rekat kılınan.
This prayer, the prayer performed at nighttime, the tahajjud prayer, even 2 units of tahajjud prayer are better than the entire world, not just this neighborhood, but the entire world. To perform 2 rakats at night, to perform tahajjud prayer, and to perform 2 units, it is better than the entire world and everything in it.
O kadar Peygamber o ümmetine istemiş ki ağır gelmeyecek olsaydı farz olarak söyleyecektir diyor.
And our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, desired for his ummah to perform night prayers so much that, and the virtues are so immense that our beloved Prophet, peace be upon him, says that if it were not going to be too burdensome, he would have declared it to be obligatory fard.
Peygamber sallallahu aleyhi ve sellem. Peygamber bazı şeyler ona farzı, bize farz değil, onlara farzdır o şey. Peygamber sallallahu aleyhi ve sellem.
And we must know that to our Prophet, peace be upon him, some things were obligatory that are not obligatory for us. So there are certain duties which were obligatory for our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, which are not obligatory for us.
قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم شرف المؤمن صلاته بالليل وعزه استغناه عمن في أيدي الناس عما في أيدي الناس. Peygamber sallallahu aleyhi ve sellem buyuruyor ki müminin şerefi gece vakti kıldığı namazdır.
Our beloved Prophet, peace be upon him, says that the honor of a believer mu'min is the prayer he performs at night.
Yani bu iman sahibi, mümin olan Müslümanın Allah katında daha yüksek şerefi olan insandır. Gece vakti kıldığı namazdır onun şerefi. İzzeti.
That the possessor of faith, the believer, the mu'min, is a person who has high honor in the sight of Allah Almighty. And the prayer the believer performs at night is which defines his honor.
İse Allah'ın kendisine verdiğine kanaat edip insanlardan elinde ona bir şey beklememektir.
And the dignity of a believer lies in being content and satisfied with what Allah Almighty has given him and not expecting anything from the hands of people.
Yani insanın elinden bir şey beklememektir Allah'a. O da izzetidir.
The believer's dignity resides in expecting nothing from the hands of people, but only wishing from Allah Almighty.
İnsan müminin. قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم صلوا في الليل ولو 4 صلوا ولو ركعتين ما من أهل بيت تعرف لهم صلاة من الليل إلا ناداهم ناد يا أهل البيت قوموا لصلاتكم. Peygamber sallallahu aleyhi ve sellem buyuruyor ki gece kalkıp 4 rekat olsa bile veya 2 rekat olsa dahi namaz kılınız.
Our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, says, wake up at night and pray, even if it is just 4 rakas or even if it's just 2 rakas.
Yani gece o teheccüd vakti gece yatmadan önce kıyam-ı leyl olur. Yani o da teheccüd gece namazı değil de o yatmadan önceki namaz.
And one thing to mention here is that while there's a tahajjud, which is the prayer where one needs to wake up at night, there's also, before going to sleep, there's also the prayer called Qiyam al-Layl, which is to be performed before going to sleep. And then tahajjud, the Qiyam al-Layl is not the tahajjud prayer. Tahajjud prayer is defined by the fact by going to sleep and waking up.
Gece vaktinde namaz kıldığı bilinen hiçbir ev halk yoktur ki onu bir münadi onlara ey ev halkı namaza kalkın diye seslenmesin.
And our beloved Prophet, peace be upon him, says that there's no household known for praying at nighttime to whom a caller does not call out, O people of the house, rise for prayer.
Yani Allah Azze ve Celle indiğinden o gece vakti kalan namaza onlara da bir melek var onları uyandırmak için namaza kalkın diye.
So from the presence of Allah Almighty, there is an angel for those remaining for the night prayer to wake them up, saying, rise for prayer, rise for night prayer.
Gece namazına. Kâle Resulullah sallallahu aleyhi ve sellem salatul leyl mesna ve mesna فإذا خشي أحدكم الصبح صلى ركعة واحدة توتر له ما قد صلى. Peygamber sallallahu aleyhi ve sellem buyuruyor ki gece namazı ikişer ikişerdir.
Our beloved Prophet, peace be upon him, says that the night prayer is in pairs of 2 units.
Yani 4 rekat değil de iki rekatta selam vermek gece namazının usuludur.
The method of the night prayer is to give greetings, salams, at every 2 units. Instead of performing 4 rekas, it is recommended to perform pairs of 2 rekas and to give salam after 2 reka.
Sizden birisi sabah namazının vaktinin geçmesinden korkarsa son olarak bir rekat kılar. Bu onun daha önce kılmış olduğu rekatlar tek yapmış olur.
And if one fears that the time for the morning prayer will pass, he should pray in addition 1 unit at the end. And this makes the units he prayed to be odd numbered.
Yani bu vitir namazı Şafilerde öyle tek kılınır, tek bir rekat kılınır. Onun için
and this describes the witr prayer, which according to different methods, for example, the Shafi method is performed as a single unit.
İki kılınır. Sabah namazına yaklaştığı vakit o Şafiler bir tane olur. Bir rekat kılması lazım.
So the night prayer is performed as pairs of 2s, and when the morning prayer approaches, according to the Shafi method, one is supposed to perform 1 additional prayer as a single unit, and this then becomes the witr prayer.
قال الرسول صلى الله عليه وسلم صلاة الليل مثنى مثنى فإذا خفت الصبح فأوتر بواحدة فإن الله يحب الوتر. Yani Peygamber sallallahu aleyhi ve sellem buyuruyor ki gece namazı ikişer kılınır. 2 rekat.
Our Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, says the night prayer is performed in pairs, 2 units by 2 units.
Sabah namazın vaktinin geçmesinden korkarsan son olarak bir rekat kıl. Allah tektir, teki sever diyor.
And if you fear that the time for the morning prayer is passing, then at the end of your nightly prayers, pray 1 additional unit at the end. And our beloved Prophet, peace be upon him, says that Allah Almighty, He is one, and He loves the odd numbers.
قال Resulullah sallallahu aleyhi ve sellem salat-ı leyl ve nahar mesna mesna. Peygamber sallallahu aleyhi ve sellem buyuruyor ki gece ve gündüz nafile namazları ikişerdir diyor.
And again, our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, says that the voluntary nafila prayers of the night and the day are to be performed in pairs as 2 units.
Resulullah sallallahu aleyhi ve sellem salatul leyl mesna mesna ve cevful leyl ahak bihi. Buyuruyor ki gene gece namazı ikişer ikişerdir. 2 rekat ve gecenin ortasında kılınması daha uygundur.
Our Prophet, peace be upon him, says, and again this is about the night prayer, that the night prayers are to be performed in pairs, in 2 units by 2 units, and it is more appropriate to perform the night prayers in the middle of the night.
Yani sabah namazından önce kılınması bu şeydir, teheccüd.
And the tahajjud prayer, the time for tahajjud prayer is before the beginning of the time for the morning prayer, and the 2 rakats you perform during that time before the morning prayer is considered to be the tahajjud prayer.
Gece namazı olarak. Resulullah sallallahu aleyhi ve sellem salatul leyl mesna mesna vel vitr rakatun fi ahiril leyl. Buyuruyor ki gece namazı ikişer ikişerdir. Vitir namazı da gecenin sonunda olarak tek kılınır.
Our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, says that the night prayer is in pairs, and the witr prayer is performed as a single unit at the end of the night. It is 1 unit.
Tek rekattır. Yani bunlar başka mezheplere göre bizim
Of course, there are different ways of how to perform the witr prayer, and this is the way described. This way to perform the prayer is according to different methods.
zaten yatsıdan sonra vitirler kılınıyor.
And according to our method, which we follow, the witr prayer is performed right after Isha prayer.
Bizim mezhepte daha sonraya bırakırsak olabilir, uyuya kalır insan, şey yapmak.
And the reason being, while according to our method, the reason why I performed right after Isha is because if one delays it to perform it later, to perform it at the end of the night, right before the morning prayer, a person might run the danger of oversleeping and then not praying it at all.
Bunlar mezheplere göre şey yapılır.
And when it comes to these matters of how to practice, and when it comes to the methods of how to perform these practices, one must consult and consider how the methods have described these things, and one should act according to one's method.
قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم صلاة الليل مثنى مثنى وتشهد في كل ركعتين وتباؤس وتمسكن وتقنع بيدك وتقول اللهم اغفر لي فمن لم يفعل ذلك فهو خداج. Peygamber sallallahu aleyhi ve sellem buyuruyor ki gece namazı ikişer ikişerdir. Her 2 rekatta bir teşehhüd vardır.
Our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, says that the night prayers are to be performed in pairs as 2 units by 2 units, and there is the tashahhud to be recited in every 2 units.
Yani o işte teşehhüd muhakkak yapar. Allah'a tavazu ederek vakarla el kaldırıp yani duasını Allah'ım beni bağışla diye.
So when you perform the night prayers, you should perform them as 2 units by 2 units, and you should perform the shahada, the tashahhud, after having completed the 2 units. And then you should, after having completed the night prayers, you should beg and supplicate humbly before Allah Almighty, raising your hands in prayer, saying, "Oh Allah, forgive me."
Yalvarırsın, böyle yapmayan kişinin namazı noksandır.
And the prayer of the person who does not do this, who does not pray this way and raises his hands in prayer and ask Allah Almighty for forgiveness, that person's prayer is deficient.
Yani bu namazdan sonra tabii Allah kabul diye elleri kaldırıp dua etmek lazım.
Of course, this shows the importance that after having completed one's prayers, one should raise one's hands and ask for the acceptance of the prayer and to ask for forgiveness.
قال Resulullah sallallahu aleyhi ve sellem aleykum bi salatil leyl ve lev rekatun vahide. Buyuruyor ki 1 rekatla olsa bile gece namazına devam edin.
Our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, says that continue the night prayer, even if it is just one unit.
buyuruyor. قال Resulullah sallallahu aleyhi ve sellem aleyküm bi kıyamil leyl fe ennehu da'bas salihin qablakum ve kurbatun ilallah teala ve munhatun anil ism ve tekfirun seyyat ve matradatun lidda'i anil cesed. Peygamber sallallahu aleyhi ve sellem buyuruyor ki gece namazına devam edin.
Our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, reiterates, continue performing the night prayer.
Zira o sizden önceki salih kişilerin geleneği
Because the night prayer is the tradition of the righteous people before you.
Olduğu gibi Allah'a yaklaştırıcı.
And the night prayer is the means of drawing closer to Allah Almighty.
Yani gece namazı hem eski şeyden önceki Peygamber sallallahu aleyhi ve sellem önceki insanlar geceleyin kalkıp ibadet ederlerdi. Bu da Allah'a yaklaştırır insanı.
So the people before our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, in the old times, they also used to rise at night and worship. And this worship during the night and to rise and wake up will draw a person closer to Allah Almighty.
Günahlardan sakındırıcı, günahlardan da uzak durdurur bu.
And our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, continues to describe the virtues of the nightly prayer, stating that to perform the night prayers is a means and a protection to keep you away from sins.
Kötülüklere kefaret, yapılan kötülük ne gibi kötü şeyler varsa, günahlar varsa onlara da kefaret olur gece namazı.
And our beloved Prophet, peace be upon him, continues to describe the blessings of the night prayer, stating that the night prayer is an atonement for bad deeds. So if one has committed bad things or has committed a sin, then the night prayer will make up for those wrongdoings and they will be the reason to be forgiven.
Bir de bedenden hastalığı kovucudur.
And additionally, to perform night prayers is a means in order to expel sicknesses from the body.
Yani gece kalkıp da namaz kılan hastalığı varsa o hastalık muhakkak ondan gider.
So if one rises at night to perform worship, then if that person has a sickness, that sickness will definitely depart from him.
قال Resulullah sallallahu aleyhi ve sellem fadlı salatul leyl ala salatul nahar ka fadlı sadakatis sir ala sadakatil alaniye. Peygamber sallallahu aleyhi ve sellem buyuruyor ki gece nafile namazının gündüz namazına olan üstünlüğü gizli olarak verilen sadakanın aleni olarak sadakanın verilen sadakaya olan üstünlüğü gibidir.
Our beloved Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, says that the superiority of the voluntary night prayer over the day prayer is like the superiority of charity given in secret over the charity given openly.
Yani gece namazı gizli verilen sadaka çok daha faziletlidir, çok daha sevaptır. O da gece namazı kimse görmediği vakit insan kılması o kadar sevaptır.
So the night prayer, just as secretly given charity, is much more virtuous and holds much more reward. For a person to pray when no one sees him brings that much more reward to that person.
Sadaka Resulullah fîmâ kâle ve kemâ kâle. Ziyadet min şerefin Nebi sallallahu aleyhi ve sellem ve aleyhi ashabil kiram ve ila arvah cemil enbiya ve murselin kudama eşera'in ve ila arvah el-a'immetil arba'a ve ila arvah meşayihina fi tarikatin nakşibendiyetel aliyye khâsaten imam tarika ve gavsul halika Hâca Bahavuddin Muhammed ve İsil Bukhari Seyyidina Mülkhâlif el-Guzvani Mevlana Şeyh Şerafuddin Dağıstani ve Mevlana Şeyh Abdullah Fazıl Dağıstani ve Mevlana Şeyh Muhammed Nazım Adil Hakkani ve sair saadatın ve sıddıkın ve menah hadatı ve cüvalın Seyyidina Rıfaka cümlenin geçmişler ruhlar için شاهد شهداء وشيء مزيد شيء نازم تعالى الفاتحة الله